Hello everyone. Today in this video I'll explain you about the assignment of chapter 12, that is data handling. So first we'll discuss very short questions of data handling. So the first one is, the range is the difference between the greatest and the least value of the data. Highest term minus lowest term, which is equal to range. Now next one, the median divides the set of data into two halves. That means we know that median is the middlemost term of the data. Middle term means it divides the data into two halves. Third, the mean is the arithmetic average of the set of data. That means mean is also called the arithmetic average of any set of data. Next, question number 4. The number or item that appears most often in the set of the data is called mode. That means the terms which occur maximum number of time in any set of data, that is called mode. Now let's start short answers type questions. Question number 5. Find the mean of first 10 odd numbers. First 10 odd numbers. So first we will write down first 10 odd numbers, that is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17. So how many terms are there now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the last one is 19. So these are first 10 odd numbers. Now we have to find out the mean of these terms. As you all know, the formula of mean is sum of all terms divided by number of terms. So we have to add all the terms. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13, 15 plus 17 plus 19 divided by 10, because the number of terms are 10. Now we have to check the total of all terms. So sum of all these terms is equal to 100 upon 10. So 100 divided by 10 is 10. So mean of first 10 odd number is 10. So now we are having question number 6. Find the median of this data. So as we know that for the median, first of all we have to arrange the terms in ascending order. So first arrange in ascending order. Ascending order means smallest to largest. So now we have to arrange these terms in ascending order. So first is 11, then 25, and after that we are having 37, then 39, then 42, 2 times 43 is there, then 45, and then 46. Now you can count both the terms, that you don't miss any terms, like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 terms. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means I have written all the terms. Now median means the middlemost term of the data. So we have to find out the middle term of this data. For this we can start cancelling the term from the both ends. Cancel this also. Now third and third last term, this also. So that is left, that is your median. So we can write down median, which is equal to middlemost term of data. Which is equal to 42. So in this way you can find out the median of any set of data. So now we'll start question number 3. Name the 3 measures of central tendency. These are mean, median, and mode. This is also called the measures of central tendencies. Now we are having question number 8. What is the mode of the given set of data? Mode means the terms which occur maximum number of time. So here we can check which term occur most number of the time. Like this we are having 3 2 times, and 2 single time, 7 one time only, 10 one time, 5 one time, and 8 1 2 3 and 4. 8 comes 4 times, so the mode of the data is 8. Okay, now so we are having question number 9. Following are the marks obtained by the 7 students in a class. Calculate the mean marks. So these are the marks obtained by the 7 students of your class. So we have to find out the mean of these sums. So find out the mean. Sum of all terms divided by number of terms. So 59 plus 68 plus 72 plus 49 plus 84 plus 92 plus 24 divided by 7. So now we have to find out the total of these all terms. So the total is equal to 448 divided by 7. So now we have to divide 448 by 7. You will get 62. So the mean marks of 7 students is equal to 62. Now what we have to do, find the mean marks if a student whose marks are 48 is also included. Now there is one more student who scored 48 marks, we have included in that, and you have to find out the new mean. Like this. That means our new total. Just have to check our new total. 448 was the total earlier, and now you have included marks of one student who scored 48. So now your new total is 8816, 448 plus 1 9, and that is 496. Now number of students, that is 8, because we have included one student. Now new mean, which is equal to 496 divided by 8. So 8 6 are 48, 8 2s are 16. So your new mean is equal to 62. Now what we have to do, what will be the mean marks if a student whose marks 72 is excluded? Now what you have to do, out of 7 students you have to exclude one student whose marks was 72. Now again new total. Earlier your total was 448, and you have to exclude a student who scored 72. So now we have to subtract 72 from 448, so which is equal to 376. Now number of students, 7 minus 1, that is 6. So our new mean, which is equal to 376 divided by 6. So you have to divide 376 by 6, which is equal to 62.6%. That is not a percent, this is 62.6. Right. So in this way you can find out the mean according to your instructions given. So now we are having question number 10. Use table to construct a bar graph to display the information about the number of geometry boxes sold by a stationer in the first half of 2017 and answer the following questions. So there is one table where number of geometry box was sold in January month 23, February 15, March 17, April 34, May 10 and June 22. So you have to draw this information on a bar graph. So let's take one bar graph. So now these are the axes. This is called x-axis and this is called y-axis. So here we can plot the months. So leave one box, mark it here, that is January month. Same way, Feb. Keep it into your mind, your gap should be equal. This is March, April, May and June. Right. So on the x-axis I am taking months, and on the y-axis I am taking number of boxes. So according to the table, our minimum value is 10 and the maximum is 34. That means we have to arrange the data 10 to 34 on the axis. So you can take any scale which you can plot easily on the graph. So we have to maintain the gap from 10 to 34. So I'll take the gap of 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So till here it's sufficient. So now in January month we are having 23 boxes. 23 means it will come here. There are 10 lines and we are having gap of 5. So first we'll mention scale. 1 unit is equal to 5 boxes. So January month we are having 23. 23 means it's come here approx here. First I'll mark and then I'll join it with this. So it's on the 6th line. So there are 23. Right. Next we are having 15. So 15, so it's easy to mark because we are having this number on our axis. So this one is 15. Right. Next we are having 17. Number 2, that means 4 lines, that is 1 less than 5. So here we can plot it 17. Now in April month we are having 34 boxes. 34 means it comes 2 lines less than 35. So this is in April month, 34 boxes sold. Next we are having 10. So in May month we are having 10 boxes. And next is 22. 22 means here. So now we can join it. So this way you can plot the information on a graph. Now we have to answer the question also. In which month least number of boxes sold? In May month. So we can write down in May month. Least number of boxes sold. Boxes sold. Right. So in this way you can give the answers. Okay now. So now we'll start question number 11th. Gautam is a part of school's cricket team and this year he has scored an average of 54 runs. He has played 6 innings so far and his score is 5 of them is 57, 53, 48, 57 and 52. So out of 5 matches he scored, total 6 matches he played, and out of these 5 games he scored this much, and you have to tell how much he scored in the last inning. If the mean marks of Gautam is 54. So you have to tell the score in the last inning. So let's consider. he scored in last inning which is equal to x. Right, now we have to use the formula of mean. Now we know that mean is equal to sum of all terms. That means 57 plus 53 plus 48 plus 57 plus 52 plus x divided by 6, and the mean is 54. So now we have to add all the terms. So the total of all this term is 267 plus x divided by 6. Now cross multiply. So 54 multiplied by 6 is equal to 267 plus x. Now this is just like a linear equation. Now 54 6 are 324 is equal to 267. Now we have to find out the value of x. X is equal to 324 minus 267. So 14 minus 7 7, 11 minus 6 5. So he scored 57 in the last inning. So these are the all questions of the assignments. So try these questions now.